Okay, but I just saw that you might have been taking photos at the police station.
Is that a crime?
Well, no, but it's inappropriate. Can I ask what you're doing?
You can ask.
Sorry?
You can ask, but I think it's pretty obvious what I'm doing.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm filming you at the moment. Something to do, isn't it?
Well, I can think of plenty of other things to do, more interesting.
Well, shall I get into drug dealing or something like that? I'm doing a perfectly legal...
Yeah, that's fine. No,
You know,
for me, a personal point of view, I can...
I mean, what's your hobby?
Not taking compilations of police stations.
That's not a compilation of police stations, because that would imply there's multiple.
Do you work here?
No?
It's private property then, I'm afraid.
That's got public access, though.
And that's at the front.
Well, there's a
Where the
public
station office is.
footpath coming through here. Oh, well, I followed a pavement and came through here.
I'm assuring you it isn't though, sir.
Oh, okay, well, I've not crossed any boundaries, so that's why I'm through here. Not intentionally crossing private property.
That's fine.
It's just having a look around.
That's fine.
Look what we found.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at a textbook case of ego overriding policy. A photographer is in a publicly accessible area, yet the situation is immediately framed as suspicious, with a staff member sarcastically comparing a camera to drug dealing. It highlights a concerning lack of understanding, where simple curiosity is treated as a threat. Let's see whether they can actually justify that suspicion, or if it's just another example of authority being made up on the spot.
That's some thumbnail material.
Hey there, fella.
Oh, thank you.
You okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Hi.
Hello there. My name's Sarah Ball. I'm one of the police officers in here.
Okay.
Could we just have a quick chat as to why you're here?
No, thank you.
Pardon?
No, thank you.
Sorry, I can't hear you very well.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Can we help you at all?
No, I would have called.
Sorry, say that again.
I would have called you if I needed the police.
Okay.
That's a very personal service, isn't it, in Winchester? You just come out and ask members of the public if they
What we
need
do
help?
when people are filming entrances to police stations.
Are you a police officer?
Sorry?
Are you a police officer?
No, I'm not.
Are you police staff?
Why are you asking these questions?
Because you've just taken video of me.
I didn't take video of you. I told you 3 times.
So to check that, I need to know who you are so I can submit.
You don't need to know who I am.
If you're a police officer, you're standing on police property,
As you do.
and
So? So if it's
So-
okay for you to stand on police property, why is it not okay for me?
so you're a police officer,
I'm not a police officer, as I told you
police
already.
staff.
It's not your business.
Why?
This is the DWP.
It's what?
DW. Do you have any inquiry?
DWP?
Yeah. Oh, do
So
you have
what?
any inquiry also?
No.
This is the civil service office.
It's a public building, isn't it?
Yeah, probably, but you cannot allow in the recording.
I wasn't in there.
Yeah, please. Sorry.
You alright?
I'm perfectly fine.
Need any help?
No, if I'd needed help, I'd have called.
Here we see the classic adjust-to-chat approach used to gather information. She admits he's done nothing wrong, yet still asks for his name for internal records. For those who understand the law, that's a clear red flag. There's usually no obligation to identify yourself without arrest or specific legal powers. It suggests she's confusing personal curiosity with a legal requirement.
Is there a purpose for you filming?
Doesn't matter if there's a purpose. I've started a complaint procedure for that, but obviously I can't identify the member of staff until obviously someone does it for me. Hiya. Well, I'm just doing a piece of camera at the moment.
Okay, can you move it around, please?
No, because then that would kind of ruin it.
Right, what's your name?
I don't need to give you my name. My story is about the police, so to get a visual of police, cars, etc. goes with the story. If I'm doing a story about the police and I film a brick wall,
This
That's-
is private.
that's not
this
very-
is private. You're filming through private.
are you aware of the law? I've got a
Most
copy of
yeah.
it here,
No, but you're filming through private.
but you're allowed to do that. I've got Look, I've got permission here. Look, do you want to take a look? Okay, I've got a letter from Andrew Trotter. No? Okay. So you do work for the police? You'll pretend to be on the phone trick.
Okay, but I just saw that you might have been taking photos at the police station.
Is that a crime?
Well, no, but it's inappropriate.
Oh yeah. The building?
Yeah, what? This is private property, you're not allowed to film this.
Yeah, I am.
Who are you filming it for then?
For me?
No, you're not allowed to film it.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Check
You're
the
not
law.
allowed to walk in here and film.
Check the law.
Right?
Check the law.
Yeah, check the law again under Terrorist Act. You're not allowed to anywhere near companies.
Section 43?
Yeah, but you're not allowed to just
No.
walk in past these gates and film.
Section 43 only
Listen,
applies.
you're not allowed through these gates to
I-
start filming.
I'm not going through the gate.
Can you just uncover your face for me so I can see you on my camera? I'm
no.
2 metres away, that's absolutely fine.
I'd rather not, because I'm not obliged to by law.
Okay, the problem is that with somebody with a face covering, and I appreciate that we have a COVID situation now,
Yep.
okay, you are outdoors, you don't have to wear a face covering outdoors, and the problem is you are filming a police station, which is obviously a building which is sensitive. There is nothing to say you can't film it,
Yep.
but for my own purposes, do you have any identification with you?
No.
Yep, that's correct. Yep, she's just identified you as being in the rear yard of the police station. So the information I was given was that you were in the rear yard. Sorry, you'd like to make a complaint regarding what?
Giving false information.
Well,
She's told you that I'm in there.
The conflict here is between what's physically evident and what's being asserted. The auditor points to clear public access signage, yet the officer tries to enforce a rule that doesn't exist in writing. It reflects a common pattern, attempting to override established policy with verbal commands. But a uniform doesn't grant the authority to redefine property rights without a lawful basis.
So you're walking into our boundary, you know, it's police land, it's private land. Public access is to the front reception. Yeah. Okay, just because someone hasn't got a fence or a sign saying you can't enter, you know, it's obvious that it's private.
And is that a
You're
crime?
on the compound, it's not a public footpath.
Is that a criminal offence?
And it's not a criminal offence.
It's a civil
It's
matter.
passing civil, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, with how things are on the board at the moment, okay, some
How things what are, sorry?
Obviously, we have to be on edge with police stations
Because of...
because of the terror threat.
Oh yeah?
Okay, have you got any ID with you at all?
I don't.
Let's just...
Not to take a photo, I don't, do I?
Yeah, but you've got to bear in mind that you're hanging around a police station taking photos.
Define hanging around.
Well, you want to be in just taking a photo of a couple of police vehicles.
So is that hanging around? Or is hanging around the continued act of staying somewhere? You only arrived here a minute ago, at the same time that I was walking up here.
Very slowly.
So,
The car park and such is private property, isn't it?
it's got public access.
I mean, for us to park in, yeah.
No, I've not crossed any boundaries, so it's public access, unfortunately.
Have they? Are
Yeah.
they coming back out?
Well, I don't know, hopefully not. Oh, sorry sir, you want to report a crime? Oh, sorry, I'm just a PCSO. Thank you, officer, for abusing your power and stopping the photographers from filming outside my shop. Yes, he wasn't wearing a mask. And stopped and searched under what grounds?
Well,
Because-
other officers might search you. I'm not
Under
going
what
to search
grounds?
you. You could go under the Terrorism Act.
You'd have to have reasonable ground that I'm a terrorist for that to... I do know the law. I do know the law.
So the law, yeah.
And the only reason that you can stop someone from filming is under the Terrorism Act, and you have to have reasonable grounds that they are a terrorist.
How do I know you're not a terrorist, isn't it?
Well, it's not for
Well,
me
I
to
got
prove
re-
I'm not, it's for
No.
you to prove I am. Hello. Huh? What am I doing? What do you think I'm doing?
I'm just asking the reasons why you're filming this.
Because it's a matter of public interest.
Enter the security guard, and the issue becomes obvious. There's no visible garbage. Instead of addressing that basic licensing requirement, he resorts to dismissive insults like calling the auditor a Google lawyer. It's a clear sign of discomfort when faced with someone who understands the law. The irony is hard to miss. He questions the auditor's knowledge while failing to meet the most basic standard of his own role. And that's where the legal argument starts to fall apart.
You're here on public interest. Do you have permission to be on site?
Am I on site?
I'm asking if you have permission.
I do.
Just wondering what right gives you
Got
to...
permission.
film us at work.
Well, human rights, rights to freedom. There's no right to privacy. Or something like that. I'm standing on a
I know you are a smart man. You should understand that. You know that we are working here. This is our job.
Yeah.
We cannot do like this. We cannot allow because I am working here.
Yeah, I'm working.
You are working where?
Yeah.
You are working somewhere, but
this is my work.
No, you cannot say it like this. No one come. First time I'm seeing like this.
Is it?
Yeah.
But,
Who's Andrew Trotter, sorry?
Off you go. Go on then.
I don't need to move, mate.
Okay, well I'm going to carry on. How many terrorist attacks have been against
That
police?
doesn't matter, that's irrelevant.
I'll tell you,
okay?
0.
That doesn't matter.
There's been 0 threats to a police station. Ever.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't listen.
It does matter because you're trying to use terrorism. And then you're going to end up going down the route of section 43, which we're not going down, trust me. If you even know what that is. Do you?
No, I don't know what section 43 is, mate. Is it Terrorism Act? Because it's not really my jurisdiction.
It is the Terrorism Act, yeah.
There you go.
It's what corrupt police officers use to try and search people out of spite.
Okay.
They've probably got some work to do.
Okay.
And this isn't police work. Talking to me, is it? Oh wow, you're in the wrong job then.
I don't think so.
What's your name, please, then, sir?
I don't need to give you that.
Okay.
You have to understand that if I don't have to provide something, I'm not being difficult on purpose.
No, I'm
It's
not
just
either. But I'm making perfectly valid questions about what you're doing.
From your point of view, I can see that.
The guard threatens arrest over a public order offense simply because he feels insulted. But as many know, insulting was removed from Section 5 of the Public Order Act years ago. Being offended isn't a crime. It's a clear attempt to misuse the law to protect ego rather than enforce it, and it's hard to ignore. Up next, a police constable threatens force based on a law he can't even name, while a security guard makes a violent threat that goes unchecked.
I only work within the parameters of the law.
Okay.
Oh, is there one like a YouTube or something?
Yeah. YouTube.
No. YouTube, you cannot. Sorry for that. I know. I understand. Sorry. Okay. You know,
understand now?
If you are a YouTuber, you should understand my job. Okay.
I do understand your job.
Yeah.
I'm aware of what your job is.
Is there a reason why you're doing it today?
Because I want to.
Because you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's for no ulterior motive or...
and if it was, would I tell you?
Well, probably not.
True.
But there we go.
So
you
I
came out and said I have been in the REAR and she's identified
that's
me.
what I was told.
Right.
So I don't know where she got her information from, whether she'd seen you or not.
No.
And I didn't know who was there and whether we had someone in the rear yard, so I came straight out to find out.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you might want to speak to her and find out why she's lied. She's obviously not happy.
No. I didn't say that she had seen you in the rear yard.
So in public place, so this isn't a public place here, you know that, don't you? The police station's not a public place.
If you'd like to see the document underneath,
right,
that's where it specifies in law that you can film a private place from public. I've highlighted them for you.
Thank you very much for that, it's very kind of you. So you do this quite a lot, I assume, do you?
I think that a security risk can be filmed from outside. That's a problem, isn't it? Because although I'm not a terrorist, if I was, I could access whatever I want.
Could you?
What, if
We
you're
spotted you out the window.
well, if you're saying that me filming anything out here is a security risk, don't put it out here.
But if you don't mind, just remove your face mask. I don't have mine on, okay? Yeah. It's on your camera, you're on my camera, and then I've got your face on my camera and everybody's happy, all right?
Yeah, I won't be happy.
Why not?
Because I don't have to do it by law.
I mean, obviously, it's not ordinary behaviour to come and start filming around a police station.
It's not ordinary behaviour to harass a member of the public.
So I'm not trying to be...
This is why I record, because police have a tendency to just twist things
I've
and
not twisted
try and find. Yeah, but you say it in a way like you say it like you're insinuating there's a negative connotation to what I'm doing.
Not at all.
Well, that's how it comes across.
Well, then that's your interpretation.
Good.
So we've already done more than you've done to help the situation.
Yeah, but you're a public servant and you have to identify yourselves. I'm a member of the public. I don't have to identify myself. Do you see that?
Right.
Sorry, you're going to have to sort of step out of the way. You're getting a little bit too close.
PC Fowler's argument essentially comes down to because I said so. He insists the land is private based only on his warrant card without providing any evidence or legal backing. That kind of confident but unsupported claim is concerning, as it suggests a belief that authority can override actual law. He's relying on assumption rather than statute, and the auditor clearly isn't accepting it.
Well, you could walk around me, couldn't you? What's your identity?
Sorry?
What's your identity? Are you a police officer?
I don't know what you're doing here.
Are you a police officer?
I'm a police officer. I'm PC Karen Hannah.
What's your number?
I'm just asking you to step out of the way because of COVID. You shouldn't be standing in the middle
Yeah, but
of
you've
the...
spoken to me, so can I have your badge number, please? Yeah, but as a police officer, you have to give me your number.
I think these officers are dealing with you at the moment.
And I want to know what your number is.
Could you just kindly move out the way?
No. But you're identifying yourself as a police officer, so you have to give me your collar number.
DH468.
Thank
Please
you.
stay away from my vehicle, thank you.
Tyrant. She's got an attitude problem.
I'm so sorry. Can I move on, please?
Of course.
Sorry, I wouldn't want to push you away.
No, you wouldn't.
Sorry.
I'm in between two cars. Unless you're going to crash into the cars, I'm not an issue.
You might want to come away from the vehicle.
No, I don't want to. You're welcome. Have a good day. When you do public photography, people get a bit irate.
Do they?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, mainly private security. What should you be doing?
What should I be doing?
Yeah.
Now the officer threatens a reasonable force, but using force normally requires a clear legal basis like an arrest power or a genuine breach of the peace, neither of which has been established. It comes across as a threat to use force against someone simply standing on a public path, raising serious concerns about overstepping authority and ignoring proper procedure. This is exactly the kind of situation that can lead to legal consequences.
So I said, I've been told you were in the rear yard.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And I asked you if you had been in the rear yard.
Yep.
Okay, and you said you hadn't. And you'd been over there, so I asked you to show me where you'd been, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I asked you where you'd been.
Yep.
Okay. So I didn't say you have definitely been wandering around the rear yard.
Hiya.
Hiya.
Is everything okay? Oh, wow.
Not okay for the pigeon.
Oh, God.
He's a gentleman. Okay. That's.
Is that the boss?
No one.
No, boss man.
Oh.
All I'm saying, please don't record anything within the building without formal consent.
He's a YouTuber.
He's just doing his bits.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Can't have any comment for you. Can't tell you anything there.
No, I don't want to comment. I just wanted to see inside. And if I can't come through the door, I'll film through the window.
What's your name, please?
Not only am I an independent journalist, but I'm actually an activist for human rights.
This is the most volatile moment. The security guard openly invites a fight, saying, "Meet me off-site," which clearly crosses into threatening behavior. Yet the officer's lack of response is telling. The double standard is hard to miss. A camera is treated like a threat, while actual aggressive language from staff is ignored, raising serious questions about who is really being protected in this situation.
Huh? YouTube, yeah. Yeah.
Any chance I can find out what it is?
I'm not really sure about that. I'm not sure what your motive is.
I watch YouTube myself, so I was just wondering.
And I think the concern is obviously if this is going all over the internet, and people's registration numbers and cars and make and models are out there. It's not great for us, if I'm being totally honest, which is probably why it makes people feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay, but you're the one that's approached me, though.
No, I'm not. You came over to me.
Stood there, aren't you?
I was stood here.
Photos.
And who was the person who came over on a bike? That was you.
Yeah, because I've noticed what you were doing.
So you approached me. Look, she's ballsing this up. She's ballsing this one up. What's this, a 12-point turn?
Is that really necessary?
The officer's bias becomes clear when he ignores the guard's threat of violence and instead turns to insulting the auditor. It reinforces an us versus the mindset where colleagues are shielded even when acting improperly. The result is an impression that the law is being applied selectively rather than fairly, which is both unprofessional and concerning.
Yourself? I mean, it's quite a small gap, isn't it?
Not really. I could have done that in one go.
I'm very proud of you if you can.
Thank you.
Hang on, mate, I'm just going to take a photograph of you. Just pull that thing down. Right. You're not allowed through this gate.
Okay, because we have to take security seriously, don't we?
Maybe close the gate.
Well, how are we going to get the vehicles in and out?
Open it.
Because we need them coming in and out. What if a vehicle goes out on a response run? How is it going to get out?
This is the only station that doesn't have electric gates, I'm sure. That could be a solution.
Well, I'll put it forward for you. I'll put it forward and see if, maybe the members of the public would like to contribute towards those electric gates.
Sorry to be a pain, sir, but you're still on the private property. The public property goes just around the road. If I could just ask you to step back into public property, please.
It's public access.
Okay.
So I'm allowed to be here legally.
Oh no, I'm not saying you're not, sir.
I'm not being arsey, but I'm allowed to be here.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying you're on private property at the moment.
Yeah, it's public access though, isn't it?
Okay.
Yep.
Obviously you're in the public domain, so you're more than welcome to take photographs and video, but we obviously do have to just check that everything's above board. And if there's anything to worry about, then obviously we'd raise it.
Cool.
Okay.
No, there's nothing to worry about.
Lovely. Right, well, we will leave you to it then, all right?
Thank you very much.
Have a lovely day. See you later.
Thank you. See you later. When you're going to have to move.
That's because you're in that stairwell there. You weren't giving her sufficient
There was room
distance.
to get past.
Okay, but not on the guidance. That's all she was saying. She was just being polite. A polite message.
No, that was not polite.
No, you weren't polite to her.
I'm very polite.
Okay, well, you just mocked her driving a second ago.
People use cameras to reconnoitre such places. So I'm not asking if you have your name. If you don't want to give me your name, that's fine. But you can't. I'd like you to uncover your face, please, just so that I can at least record your face, so that we can. If we need to come and speak to you again.
We are a target, aren't we, for terrorism, and that's why people get a little bit sensitive, whether it is or security or public services in general. The police is included in that. We want to protect ourselves and want to protect ourselves and want to protect ourselves. And
yeah, I'm good.
Hello there.
You're right.
Hi.
How's
Hello.
it going?
What's your name? Sorry.
You call me Subject.
Subject.
Subject A.
My name's Sarah.
Nice to meet you.
I'm
Leo.
yeah. And you're not going to tell us why you're taking pictures of them?
No, we're just going around.
The sergeant arrives with a calmer approach, but quickly pivots to mentioning aggravated trespass, which typically requires actual disruption of lawful activity, not just filming. It's a more refined argument, but still legally questionable. In the end, we've seen a missing gerbage, ignored threats of violence, and officers stretching their authority. It highlights why knowing your rights matters, because informed citizens are the best defense against misuse of power.